Then, still gripping pretty hard, if you are hurting her she will soon let you know, draw the hand down the teat, being careful not to relax the pressure till you reach the end. When no more milk comes out of this teat, go on to the other. The whole operation should take about 5 minutes.
But that Christmas, Muriel lost her milker. Once again, he had gone off in search of tyranny.
The driving force behind fascism is the belief in human inequality. Hitler had walked into power and proceeded to massacre political opponents of all shades. Mussolini had bombed Abyssinia, while 53 nations made pious noises off. But when Franco tried to impose fascism, the Spanish people, against all expectation, had risen against him. It seemed possible that it was the turning of the tide.
By the winter of 1936, Spain's struggle against fascism had escalated into civil war.
These actual pictures of the Spanish Civil War tell a story of graphic violence. As the fascist horde encircles it, the beautiful and ancient city of Barcelona fills with freedom fighters from around the world. Our roving reporter spoke to one heroic Brit.
I have come to Spain to fight fascism. After all, there are not such a terrific lot of fascists in the world, so if we each shoot one of them...
Under the glorious banner of the flag.
When Orwell arrived in Barcelona just before New Year, 37, the civil war there had taken an unexpected turn. The trade unions, who had formed militias to defeat the fascists, had by now gone a step further. A revolution had taken place.
Young and old, farmers, workers, teachers.
It was the first time I'd ever been in a town where the working class were in the saddle.
Nurses.
It was the aspect of the crowds that was the queerest thing. There were no well-dressed people at all. It was a town where the wealthy class practically ceased to exist.
In human history.
This really was a workers' state.
A military machine and an improvised army of masses.
I joined the militia almost immediately because at that time and in that atmosphere it seemed the only conceivable thing to do. If you had asked me what I was fighting for, I should have answered, common decency.
Days after arriving in Spain, Corporal Orwell was marched into the mountains west of Barcelona. This was where the workers' revolution planned to stop fascism in its tracks. For the enlightenment of future generations, documentary cameras would record the historic battles.
Nothing happened. Nothing ever happened. In nearly 3 weeks, I had fired just 3 shots at the enemy. They say it takes 1,000 bullets to kill a man, but at this rate it would take 20 years before I killed my first fascist.
All true tea lovers like their tea strong. 6 heaped teaspoons should be about right. Now, no strainers or bags to imprison the tea. Actually, one can swallow tea leaves in considerable quantities without any ill effect. One should pour the tea into the cup first. This is one of the most controversial points of all. But I maintain that by putting the tea in first, one can more precisely regulate the amount of milk that goes in, whereas you are liable to put too much milk in if you do it the other way round. Lastly, tea should always be drunk without sugar. It would be equally reasonable to put in pepper or salt.
After 4 months at the front, Orwell was granted leave to visit Barcelona. Eileen had also made it to Spain and was waiting for him there.